I want to make a glass shop, and I need every single type of dye. Luckily for me, I have the hardest dye out of the way, and that would be brown dye. Because brown dye can only be made from cocoa beans, and cocoa beans can only be found in a jungle. But luckily, my new acquaintance, Kirby Bauer, lives near a jungle and gave me some cocoa beans. One problem, I have no way of growing cocoa beans because I forgot you can only put them on jungle logs. So that means I'm gonna have to go all the way to Bauer's base and find myself a jungle. So I'm here. His base is right there. I'm not gonna show it to you guys because you're gonna have to go watch his video. It's in the thumbnail, so you know, it's not gonna be like super hard to find. In case you didn't know, I found a jungle. And I don't have an axe currently. I did have an axe, but I guess it broke or something. I'm just gonna chop down this little tree. Hopefully we'll get a sapling from it, because that would be preferred. Well, we're back and we got cocoa beans, which is great because obviously brown stained glass is gonna be our best seller. So I need to make sure I have tons of brown dye. So yeah, thank you once again, Kirby Bauer, for giving me those cocoa beans, and also thanks for letting me know around about where the jungle was. Otherwise, I would have never found these logs. 15 dyes to go. Let's get to it. Yellow dye. We got these 3 dyes right here. This is magenta. I shouldn't have punched that. Magenta, red, pink, white dye. I went mining, and we have lapis here, which will give us blue dye, as well as blue flowers, which there's one. Cornflower right there. Man, I don't even have to leave the base, and we're knocking them right off the list. Then, of course, we have light gray stained glass. Definitely. Black dye, I guess, I mean, I can kill squids. Hopefully black dye won't be, like, something that people want a lot. Green dye, we got those cactuses. So, I have some samples of the dyes we have so far. So this is currently, what, 9 plus 3? We're missing a couple. So I currently have samples of every single type of stained glass, which basically means I am capable of getting every type of glass. But, with that being said, that now means that I have to make farms for every type of dye. So let's just try to knock out the easy ones off the list first. So the easiest ones of all are obviously the 2 high flower farms, because that only involves putting some dispensers at the back, putting some bone meal inside, and letting it go. It'll do all of them at once. Right. See, that here's an easy farm for you guys right here. All you gotta do, look at that. Oh yeah, nice. We got lots of magenta dye, we got lots of pink dye, we got lots of red dye. Moving on. This farm right here will produce lots of different dyes. Yellow, red, blue, and light gray. Thing is, I can combine a bunch of those different colors to make even more dyes. I'm gonna turn this thing off, it's so loud. Honestly, I think the hardest dye is probably going to be black dye, and I guess that would also mean gray dye, because I need black dye to make gray dye. But yeah, everything else I have sort of either automatic or manual farm for, so yeah, what do we do about squids? My initial idea was to have these magma blocks like this, and I was hoping squids would just kind of passively spawn here, then go on these magma blocks, then end up dying, and then they drop their ink sacs. Trouble is, that's not a lot of spawning space for squids, and they all spawn, like, out somewhere else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a squid farm tutorial, and I'm gonna build a squid farm. So guys, 2 things. First of all, the squid farm turns out to be a lot bigger of a project than I first thought. And second thing is my helmet broke, so, you know, fighting these guys, oh, I'm lagging. Fighting these guys is not very fun. Can I land a hit without them hitting me first? Honestly. Yeah, I get comboed. Oh, I'm so bad at PvP. But yeah, anyway, I am over here at the shopping district, and you may notice there's not a lot of shops. Which is, yeah, that's obviously why I'm here to build a shop. Something I will mention is that I technically don't have enough glass to actually start selling I think I might just start out by putting just a tiny bit of stock in and see how it does. I'm keeping the shop no matter what, but depending on how much sells out, how quickly, that'll determine how many farms I need to make sure I have enough dye and glass to keep this thing running. Okay, so I want to have a little box type thing. I'm thinking, how should we do this? One there. Sure. 7 by 7, we'll say. And anything that needs to get out of the way, I'm sure it's fine if I remove. Hopefully that'll be fine. We'll see. What I'm going to do here is poke out the corners because I want to do something special for that. I want to take glass, just different colors of glass. We'll take purple, no, we'll take red. Yeah, we'll do the primary colors. So we'll put blue there, red there, yellow there, and I guess green for the other one. Sure. So then we're going to go up 7 blocks. Now that we have this in place, what I want to do is just probably bring up the walls a little bit, and I'm also going to take some purple glass, which is, if you didn't know, the combination of blue and red. It makes purple, so that makes sense to have a beam going across using the color purple. At least that's my thought process behind it, so yeah, don't question it. And for this, let's see, we got yellow and red, that would make orange. And then the problem I'm having is I don't exactly know what to do for, oh crap, I don't have silk touch, that's pain. I don't know what to do for these, and I just realized I don't have shaders on, but I mean, that's fine, we'll turn them on once the build is done, I guess. Yellow and green? Blue and green? Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this for a second. I've actually decided that I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make this a little bit more random and less about the, I guess, what's the word? The accuracy of the combination of colors. I'm short, but I can still jump. So the basic shape is here. You know, it's one big cube. I just need to fill in the walls and then figure out the inside. So the idea I'm having for the floor is to make the glass fading effect, and if you don't know what that is, it is basically where you do a layer of glass, then a layer of air, and then another layer of glass like this. And as you go up, it gives this sort of fog effect going downwards. Of course, it doesn't really look that great now, but, you know, in a second, I'll be able to give you guys a better idea of how this works. Well, it clearly needs some work because I don't like the floor here being like all these different combinations of materials, so I think I'll just pull it down enough to where it's dirt all the way down and then figure out the rest. Well, here's the basic effect of it. I mean, you can clearly see the lines on the glass, but you know, that's basically how it works. It's like a sort of foggy effect looking downwards. But yeah, this is the inside of the shop. I actually need to put a sea lantern right there, but I don't have any, so hopefully I can contact someone who might have one, because that would be that'd be pretty nice. Alright, so we have ourselves the glass shop, and currently everything is quite expensive. 1 diamond for half a stack of glass. The reason that it's currently so expensive is because I have been mining sand by hand to make all of this glass, and so it's getting really, really expensive. But next episode, we're going to work with villagers so I can just buy glass off of them. But yeah, so fellow NSG members, if you are a little bit worried about the prices, they're going to change probably by next week. So next week from the time this video goes out. And with that, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, please be sure to click the like button and perhaps subscribe if you feel like it. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time.